Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just gonna do a quick video to give you guys one of the numerous cheat codes to the game. So to keep things pretty simple, this is really all you guys really need to know about the cheat code to learning. There's many different ways to learn. Some of us learn by doing things, some of us by watching things, some of us by hearing things, and some from a combination of any of the latter. One of the ways that I find is most effective to learning is by hearing things, but by engaging in things that I like doing while hearing those things. It works in many different ways, and typically what I'll have to do is I'll have to end up doing all of the above. So I'll have to hear, do, and see. But when I'm first getting introduced to it, just so that it kind of helps me get used to it, I like to hear about like the theory or hear like things that help it to make sense. And one of the ways I like to do that is I like to listen to like things like podcasts, or I like to put on YouTube videos, and oftentimes I'll just let the video just rock out in the background, and I'm hearing things going on in the background, but I'm doing the things that I enjoy. And what that does is it kind of warms me up to what it is that's going on. So like I personally like to play video games. I think there's a huge market right now in video games, and many people love playing video games. It's just something that I enjoy. So it's taking something that I want to do, and it's also putting that together with something that I need to do. That right there is basically the cheat code for this video that I'm speaking on. Is you want to learn how to improve yourself, learn from somebody who knows something that you don't, or knows more about something that you want to get to know, and then incorporate that with things that you like doing. Why? Because that's going to naturally make your body, or naturally make your mind, associate what it is that you're learning with fun. By associating it with fun, it's going to make you want to dive into things a little bit more. And then you kind of make a game out of things. That way you're able to learn more. So that's really all I wanted to really touch down on. Is you guys try that out, see how it works for you. It's been working wonders for me. So I learned many different things. It's one of the reasons why I feel extremely free in this quote unquote matrix, or whatever it is you want to call it. If you want to escape the matrix, the matrix isn't really something that you have to escape in a physical form. It's more of a mental thing. So what you want to do is you want to escape from thinking that I can't do this and I can't do that and everything's happening to me. What you want to do is you want to say, how can I do this? What opportunities, what question can I ask? What action can I take that's going to help me escape this mindset of I can't do this? I want to escape from this, because life doesn't really get easier. What happens is you get better, and by you getting better, you either are able to roll with the punches, or things seem like they're easier to you. But for the next person, they're not that easy. And I'll give you guys kind of like an idea as how that might work for you as well. When I was a kid, I remember playing the first Nintendo, NES. And the first game that I remember playing that this really hit home for, but it's a bunch of games, is Mario Brothers, the first Mario Brothers for NES. One of the most fun games I've ever played, but I liked a lot of the other games. Like there's Mario 3, there's Super Mario, and Mario Kart 64. There's a whole bunch, but those are a little bit more of my favorites than the first one. But either way, as simple as that game was, it's pretty simple. You can jump, you can walk, you can run, and you can get little things that help you along the way. As simple as that game was, just by because there's only a few buttons. There's like two main buttons you use, and then there's the directional pad that you want to go in. As simple as that game was, I still had difficulty beating the game. That's actually part of the reason what made it so much fun, is because anything you can do too easy, you get bored of. Anything that's too difficult, you get stressed out about. So it had like kind of a happy medium where it wasn't too hard, but it wasn't too easy at the same time. The only thing is I still couldn't beat the whole game. Somebody else that I'd be watching knew how to beat the game, but I couldn't beat the game. And what I realized is that later on, as I grew up, because when I first played that game, I was really young, but as I grew up, I ended up revisiting the game, and I think it was plenty of years after, because there's other consoles that ended up coming up. Like I think by the time I revisited the game, there's at least the PlayStation that was out by the time I revisited the game after how many ever years. But even though I hadn't played for such a long time, the game was so much easier to play. It was so much easier to play. And one of the reasons why that is because I had a good time with it. So it's always kind of like had this subconscious thing in the back of my mind. But because I made it into a game, which it is a game, but anything that you make into a game, it makes your brain try to figure it out. Like deep down in your subconscious, your brain is trying to figure out things. It's remembering things that it associates with things that you want to overcome and things that you have overcome. So when I went back to revisit it, I beat the game almost, like, I shouldn't say almost instantly, but it was so much easier than it was as a kid. So much easier. And that's kind of like the same thing. It's almost like muscle memory. If you're into working out, bodybuilding, things of that nature, if you work out and get yourself buffed up, really built, and then you spend some time away from the gym for whatever reason, maybe you got sick, or maybe you just decided to slim down, whatever it is, and you stop working out. If you go back to the gym at first, you're not going to be able to lift as much as you did when you were bigger or when you're stronger. But after a little bit of time, you'll notice that you became just as strong, if not stronger, much quicker than you did the first time around. And that's because you have something called muscle memory. Muscle memory just means that your muscle remembers some of the things that it took for it to get to that position where you were before. And because it remembers, it's like a shortcut. It's almost like a shortcut. It's basically saying, okay, well, I don't need to relearn that thing again. So instead of doing what it instead of doing whatever I was doing because I didn't know the route to go, I now know the best route to get to where it is that I'm trying to go. And therefore you're able to get much bigger again as long as you do the right things, you eat properly, you have a good workout regimen, you sleep properly, you get the nutrients you need, things of that nature. But that's essentially what it is that you need to do. It's the same type of idea, the exact same type of idea. So hopefully you guys try that out. Take some things that you want to learn, put the sound on in the background so you can hear people who are talking about the situation, and then you can also at least for the first little bit while you get introduced into it, play or watch something like without the sound, at least to start with, without the sound, while the thing that you need to learn about is in the background. Put that sound on, take the sound of the thing that you don't necessarily need off, and learn while you're enjoying what you're doing. If you're a gamer, play video games while you have things in the background. Now, for some video games you need to hear the sound. That's cool. Just have the volume low enough so that you can hear some of the sounds that you need, but then you're also still hearing at least some of what it is that you need to hear on the other end of the podcast or the YouTube video that you're learning from. All right, so you guys give that a try. Give me a comment in the comment section below. Let me know if you like this video. What else do you want me to talk about? If you have any questions or concerns, let me know. We'll see you guys in the next video.